Today we're going to draw our Christopher Columbus and one of his boats. We know he's got 3, but we're going to draw 1. If you want to add a couple small, you can. But we want it to kind of look like an old map. So we're going to start our drawing off on a print on this antique paper that's on a map. So let's start off by drawing our Christopher Columbus. You can put him wherever you want, but we got to leave enough room for him and his boat. Okay, so you'll kind of have to pick a side. So I'm going to put him over here, and we're going to draw a big U shape. This is going to be his head. Nice and neat. And then we're going to draw his hat by making this line, kind of a rainbow shape across the top of his head. And then we're going to go from this corner and go up like a C, and this corner up like a backward C. Okay. And now we're going to go from this point, we're going to go up to a point and then down to the other side, just like that. But we want to make this line go a little further, so we're going to come back to this one and go down a little bit like that, and go back to this one and go down a little bit like that. Good. All right, we're going to make his body. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to go over like his shoulder and then down, kind of like a candy cane shape. And then make a backwards candy cane shape on this side to be his right shoulder. And then make it look like he has arms. We're going to put a line right here all the way to the edge of the paper, and over here to the edge of the paper. And then let's give him a collar on his shirt. We're going to make a big V. We're going to go down to a point and back up to a point. And then we're going to put a little decoration here. We're just going to do a line straight across. And now we're going to come up under his head and make a U shape, just like that. All right, let's go through his head and his face, his hair. So let's come here and do 2 eyes, okay, just like that. Color them in nice and neat. We're just going to make a U shape for the nose and a big U shape for his smile. And then we're going to add some hair. We're going to come to the middle of the hat and just kind of do a wavy line all the way down to where you think his ear would start. And let's go to the other side and just do a little tiny one like that. And then we want to give him a little bit of hair sticking off each edge. So we're going to come here and we're just going to go out, curve a little wavy, and back in. The other side the same. Come out, curve a little wavy, back in. Just give him a little hair. All right, that's our Christopher Columbus. Let's go over now and make his boat. Okay, so we're going to make the boat, and we're going to add some sails to it. All right, so to start our boat, we are going to draw a big U shape over here. Big U shape. And right at the bottom of the U shape, let's add some little wiggly or wavy lines that look like ocean. All right, back up to the top of the boat. We're going to go on one side and do a line in a little bit. Other side, a line in a little bit. And where those 2 lines are, we're going to make a U shape. We're going to come down, a U shape, and back up. Great. All right, we're going to do 3 sails. So it makes the boat go when the wind hits it. And they're kind of look like a square, except 2 of the lines are kind of curved. See how they're curved a little bit? So these are straight, but these are curved. So let's start down here. And let's do a line across the bottom and do the same line up here across the top. But now let's connect these with a curve. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to curve down a little bit and then back to the other one. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to curve and then back in. Good. We're going to do 2 more of these, but we're going to make them small. So I'm going to do a line at the bottom, line at the top, and then attach them by curving a line like a backward C, both sides. I'm going to come to this side, line at the bottom, line at the top, and curve, curve. Good. Now let's add our lines, our posts that holds up the sail. So we're just going to do a line from our boat all the way to our sail, then stop. Then we're going to go across our sail to the top and just do a little bit more coming out the top. Now we're going to do that for the other two as well. So we're going to come up to our sail, go across, and then put a little one on top. This side we're going to go up to our sail, go across, and put a little one coming out the top. Alright, so we want to add these little designs in our sail. That's what he had on the outside of his. And it kind of looks like a T sort of, but it's got these lines around it. So let's start just by making a line down, a line across, and then we're going to go around the edges and put a line. So watch how I do this. I'm going to come to this side and do a little tiny line, a little tiny line, a little tiny line, and a little tiny line. See how I did that? Go to this one, do the same thing, like a plus sign with a little line, little line, little line, little line. One more. Plus, little line, little line, little line, little line. Okay, so we're going to have some fun now. We're going to add like a little track to where he is, maybe it's his route to the X, where X marks the spot. So we're just going to start over here on this side, and we're going to make a dashed line that's going to kind of wave around. So we're just going to kind of dot, 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 let it wave. And then we're going to go to the other side of him, and we're just going to keep going. Little dashed line. If you want it to do a little loop-de-loop, you can. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. And when it gets about right here, let's put a nice, neat X. All right, that's our Christopher Columbus. We're going to paint our Christopher Columbus, and we've got a couple steps we want to do here. We want to add a little bit of a shininess to our paper to kind of make it look old, and we're just kind of going to go around the edge. We're going to get to the edge, and we're just going to put a little bit of shiny all around the edge of it. We don't have to put it in the middle, just a little around the edge, and a little on his face. We're going to use this big brush, and just going to go around. It's going to be very wet, but that's okay. Alright, then we're going to let that dry, and it'll add a little bit of shiny on there. But while it's drying, we're going to go ahead and paint our Christopher Columbus and his boat. So we're going to start off, we've got our colors here. We've also got a white. His sails here are going to be white. So we're going to come to our little white plate here with our white temper cake. And let's go ahead and paint his sails white. If you want to paint his hair white, I think his hair was white, you can do that. And then I'm going to come down here and paint his shirt white too, or the inside of his collar. Alright, when we're done with the white, let's wash our brush. And then we can paint the rest however you want. I'm going to paint the water down here blue. Just a little bit. I'm going to paint his hat blue. You can do it any color you want. We're not going to paint his face or his neck. Right, I'm going to paint his, let's see, piece of his shirt down here red. You can paint it whatever color you like. I think I'll do his big jacket. I'm going to do yellow. And make sure you're washing your brush every time you finished with one color and you switch to a new one. We don't want to mess up our colors. Alright, and then what's left is his boat, which we're going to paint brown. And we'll just quickly paint that brown. And then when we're finished, we will take it to the drying rack and let it dry. This paper is very thin, so you're going to have to be very careful that you don't rip your paper.